action. All right, what's up, girl? I'm back. You back. We back. Just like a spine hole. You already know. It's me, your girl P, your favorite bitch, and your favorite witch. Welcome to this week's episode of Postscript, also known as PS The Talk Show. We do have a very, very short episode this week. So for our first segment today is going to be P's favorite pieces as always. And I'm mad because why ain't nobody tell me that Ross had the kids' shoes like that? Like, I be trying to avoid stores like Ross, Burlington, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Marshalls, because I don't have self-control. So I do my best to avoid them kind of stores. But I needed me some new little bathroom rugs the other day when I was in here cleaning up. And I just had the little spur of the moment, girl, run to the Ross that's right up the street real quick. $25 for a little, what's these? Little Puma, little pink Puma. This is cute for a little bike ride. For a cute little jean and a t-shirt. $25? Why ain't nobody tell me that Ross had the kids' shoes like that? And it was a bunch of sixes. Like, not like, oh, a couple little here. These run kind of big, though. I ain't gonna hold you. I could have got a 5.5, but this is all they had, so I took what they had, babes. For $25, you can't beat it. I got two of a pair. I got, like, some little blue and white and gray ones and some tan ones. I don't feel like getting them right now. But them is Pumas. The other two is Reeboks. $20. Like, $25. What are we talking about? Be for real. But let's get into our next favorite piece. Homecoming is next week. I repeat, homecoming is next week. I repeat, homecoming is next week. And then the other thing I want to talk about that I am really excited about is the Kevin Gates show that's coming up also next week. And this is like the second or third time that Kevin Gates has had concerts in North Carolina around the same time that I'm going to homecoming. I know it happened for sure once. No, yeah, I think it happened once when I was in college still. I think it happened once again when I was alumni, and now it's happening again. I cannot wait to see Kevin Gates next week. So yeah, that wraps up P's favorite pieces. Questions that need answers. I hope y'all got everything, your outfits figured out, your rental cars booked, your flights booked, your Airbnbs booked, your houses booked, because homecoming is next week. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Like, I can't wait. That's really the only question I need answers. You got everything settled. Because, girl, Fashion Nova done refunded one of my outfits that I was going to wait till the day party. So, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to have to make me a quick little run to City Trends, a quick little run to Rainbow, a quick little run to something when I get there. So, we'll figure it out. I'm not even going to stress about it because I sent them clothes right through into my father's house. I'm not even taking nothing but shoes and accessories. All the clothes won't be there. You see how I be thinking with both sides of my brain? I'm taking an empty suitcase because I know on the way back I'm going to have to bring that shit back. So, empty suitcase, curry on. Nothing beats a JET2HOLIDAY. What pissed me off today? What I want to know what pissed me off today is what pissed you off today? What's your triggers? Are you aware of the things that bother you? Are you aware of the things that really grind your gears? Are you aware of the things that really jam your Glock? Like, what's going on? Tap in with that. Understand that. Because we're going to get into this full moon Aries vibe. But, you know, Aries is controlled by the planet Mars, with that being a sign of conflict and war. So be able to identify and understand the things that trigger you and bother you and what pisses you off. This week's bar for bar, I just want to talk about Man of Your Word off Cardi's album. I love that song. I love when people just get really vulnerable and really like be talking about their drama and their issues and their relationships and that kind of stuff. And I love when it's like a rap song. Like, and that's the thing that I tell people all the time about why I love Summer Walker so much. Even though she's a singer, the way that her music comes across and the bars that she writes, it's like a rapper, if that makes sense. But yeah, so make sure y'all spend that on Cardi album, Man of Your Word. I love that song. And like I said, okay, for this week's Conscious Cunt, we're going to get into all the full moon and Aries tea in our next segment. But for right now, for Conscious Cunt, I want you to tie it into what I'm going to talk about in our next segment. And I want you to identify and know what part of your own misery do you play a role in? Who would play her? Who would play her? If you're a Drag Race fan and you are familiar with that. But, yeah. So, think about the role that you play in your own misery and the things that you partake in that are self-sabotaging, if you will. Because what we're doing in this full moon and Aries vibe, we back manifesting, ho. So for this week's segment of hashtag I cannot make this shit up, I want to give a big shout out to the harvest full super moon in the sign of Aries. As I told you before, full moons light up the things that have occurred between the last time that the moon was new and now in the full moon. So in that, we went through eclipses and all that good jazz. But now that we're post-eclipse season, like I said, we are now opening back up the portal to manifesting so that shit don't get lost, so that your message don't get sent over here and then it gets stuck in this transit and that. We wasn't doing none of that with the eclipses, but right now it's back. So I already know what I asked for, already know what I wished for, already know what I hoped for, already know what I divined for, already did my ritual. So I hope that on Tuesday when we had the full moon, that You were able to ask the universe for something and sign up for your new contract for things to be different, for things to be new, because you gotta let go of that old tired shit. So with the full moon in Aries happening on October the 7th, I do want you to go back and really think about your time and your experience during the Aries eclipse, which was in March. So go back a couple episodes, go back a couple seasons, figure out what I was talking about in March when I was talking about the eclipses, because the eclipses was also in Aries. And you see how that tie together when we were talking about the same sign? And the other thing I want to talk about with the full moon is, like, you know, what is your relationship release? Internship, bitch, any ship, all the ships. What is disbanding? What is, you know what is when you like, you know what? Now I'm looking at him. This motherfucker kind of ugly. But what's the thing that you like, gotta let it go, babe. Sorry, not for me. I'm unsubscribing. Think about that when we're talking about the things of ships. Not just you and your man. I didn't say that. I said ships. All the partnerships and relationships in your life. Because the stuff that's just not working, it's not fair for you to keep trying to make it work. And I don't even mean that in like a, compromise kind of way. I mean that in a you don't want to shake the table kind of way. Shake the table. It's okay. Don't stop worrying about, like what I said last episode. Stop worrying about how other people feel. Worry about how you feel and what's going on and what you are identifying with. I'm an English person, so like things regarding to like writing are usually like some of the analogies that come to me. So when I was writing a script, I was like writing out, you know, what are you no longer redacting? Redacting is when you like edit something in a publication. So like, what are you actually be like, you know what? Fuck it, read it. I don't care. Here's all of it. There you go. There it is. But it is a point in time where you have to understand that you could be assertive without being an asshole. Stop calling it safe. Stop masking. You know, we're speaking about spooky season and we're in spooky season. I've been watching a lot of serial killer shit. That's just my normal, but I really ramp it up during spooky season. So stop masking, because that's what psychopaths do, bitch. Get it together. Ain't no more bearing and grinning. Like, that's stupid. That's uncomfortable for you, because you're trying to make things comfortable for other people. Stop doing that. Be you-centering first. Notice I didn't say self-centered. That's not what I said. Be you-centering first. People will always tell me when I was younger, like, oh, you're so self-centered. And I'll be like, absolutely. What else would I be? The fuck? Like, what? So with the, you know, the full harvest super moon in Aries, cardinal signs, you're up for a chop. So think about that. And the other thing I want to talk about was on October the 6th, the planet Mercury did move into the astrological sign of Scorpio. And like I always say, Mercury is the bullhorn, the microphone, the transposer. It is the announcer. It is the little, remember the little speakers on the wall when we was in class and they would call into your classroom? Mercury is the communicator. And Scorpio, you know, is that underworld vibe. So think about the things that are right under the surface that you're masking, because Mercury is ready to talk about it. Mercury's ready to let it fly, because you deserve to speak your truth even if it's not nice. You can say something that's uncomfortable and not be obnoxious about it. And then last thing I want to say is on Sunday, the moon is going to be in Cancer. So if you come to homecoming, listen, I need you to lock in. Sunday, I need you to make sure you got your outfits planned. I need you to make sure that your house clean. You did your laundry. You took your car to the car wash. You took the dog out. You did everything you were supposed to do, so that when you come back, because you already know we going to run it down into the ground. We're going to be so lit. And when you come back, you ain't going to want to do none of that. You ain't going to want to clean up. Ain't going to want to do a lick of laundry. You going to want to ready to sleep, because you've been partying, having the time of your life for the last 3 days. So on Sunday, I'm telling y'all, please make sure that you take heed to this moon being in Cancer on Sunday, and that you nurture to your home and nurture to yourself and set yourself up for success, because we outside. What he said, I was put up for a while. I'm outside now. Like, fuck you talking about? Like, it's about to go down, and I'm so excited. So thank you for coming. Please make sure you subscribe. I will see y'all next week. I love y'all so much, and I cannot wait to see y'all. And yeah, you already know how we end the show. Bitches be mad because they be hating, and bitches be hating because they be bad. Oh, yeah.